Hi, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm just going to report on Lisa Marie Presley's death at the young age of 54. She is the only genetic child known of Elvis Presley, the great legendary Elvis Presley. He was the white man who dared to shake his hips, thrust his pelvis, and sing black music at a time when it just wasn't done. White singers were always upright and still, but Elvis changed music for whites. He had one daughter, Lisa Marie, and now she is dead at age 54. This is a picture of her with her son Benjamin. He is, in this picture, absolutely gorgeous and looks a bit like Elvis. And he killed himself. He was also depressed and went because of suicide at a young age. His family has been under a lot of pressure. Elvis was so huge that everyone had to keep up the image because it was a lot of money. He came from a very poor family, and they had to make everything look great. As he was aging, he got overweight, he was using drugs. The divorce from the divorce from Priscilla Presley. But everything had to hold up. And then after his passing, which I'm told happened in a bathroom, they had to keep up the image because they had Graceland and a lot of stuff that was earning huge amounts of money. And so they always put on the happy face, and I think the whole family suffered from a lot of depression. Priscilla Presley, his wife, has always been very stoic. She was one of the first people to get facial fillers, and it's said that the facial fillers they put in her were not the proper facial fillers, and that her face is hard. I don't know. That's what people say. But she's still beautiful. She still looks great. And Lisa Marie, was always very submissive when her mother was around. She did whatever her mother said, and she was very quiet and reclusive when her mother was near her. They said at the Golden Globes recently, where they were honoring her father, that Lisa Marie looked very quiet. And that was probably because her mother was there and she was taking a back seat as usual. However, she was also suffering from this heart condition that eventually killed her. She died, it said, from cardiac arrest on January 12th, 2023. This exact situation has not yet been described in the news, but it will be interesting to find out exactly what was going on that led to her death. Lisa Marie always looked great. She was married for a while to Nickolus Cage. And then that didn't go well. She broke up with him and she ended up with another guy who was a singer. Now, she did have a hit song with him, But in the end, he turned out to be the wrong person for her and ended up suing her for a lot of money. After that marriage, it was noticed that she looked very haggard. I think she had been on drugs during that marriage, and it took a lot out of her. I don't know what she was doing. I don't know what drugs she was doing, but she looked really aged and she looked like she had not been doing well for quite some time. Then she went quiet again, and we didn't hear from her um, until now. Until now, she was staying out of all kinds of magazines and stuff because she looked so bad. So it was a good thing for her to do. She has a daughter, and they will carry on the legacy. That estate, Elvis Presley estate, earns a lot of money. And the kids will have to, well, the daughter will have to take over and make sure that everything remains in place for her grandkids as they come up. It's very shocking. Those of you who didn't know Elvis and didn't know of the Elvis Presley story may not realize why Lisa Marie's death is such a big thing, but it is a huge shock for especially older Americans, well, older people around the world. Elvis Presley was known around the world. And it's very sad that she died so young. And when she was with Michael Jackson, she always wanted to be a pop singer, but she never could really make it with a great song. I think she did have 3 songs that were put out, but she never became the singer she wanted to be. She wanted to follow in her father's footsteps. When she was with Michael Jackson, they never had a child, although Michael Jackson did want to have a child with her because he felt it would be the uniting of 2 great people, Michael Jackson and Elvis Presley, and he wanted that combination to produce a child, but Lisa Marie wasn't really interested in that. I think she is from the Deep South, and I think having a mixed child was probably something that was going to be an issue with her. But she did do well otherwise with Michael Jackson, and they did well, but even then they were in conflict because Michael Jackson, after he married Lisa Marie, said he wanted to move abroad, and of course Lisa Marie's family and her legacy was in the United States. So before they got married, they hadn't worked that out, and that was a big issue that came out when they were interviewed after their marriage. So Lisa Marie Presley, deceased. Now it will be difficult for Priscilla Presley. She alone is the only person to have known Elvis. The grandkids did not know Elvis, and so she will keep up the memory as long as she can. We wish her the best. Our condolences to her family, and we hope they have great support. And you have to be careful. You know, those drugs, they take a lot out of you. This is them at the Golden Globe Awards recently as Elvis Presley was being honored. And this was a very short time ago. That's how Lisa Marie Presley looked. But she was probably in heavy makeup right then. And you can see how beautiful her mother Priscilla looks. And you can see how aged Lisa Marie Presley looks there. So, sorry to hear this news. We will hope that the family does well in the future. What do you think? Please like and subscribe.